Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Go. In last episode, we talked just about Pokemon Go's Adventure Week, but we hinted at breaking down everything that is coming to Pokemon Go in August, and maybe some secret things coming. So I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and talk about, first and foremost, August Community Day featuring Popplio. Popplio, one of the starters from the Alola region, the water type starter. We've gotten the other two, so we kind of knew it was coming. So we already had the other two, but so it's not really a surprise, but it is here, so that's very cool. It's not a bad shiny either. It's definitely very cool. Popplio, a water type Pokemon, first time shiny, so that always makes a community day better is when it's a new shiny. It will also be featuring 2 new attacks. Of course, we're getting Hydro Cannon, but then afterwards, starting with the event and continuing afterwards, Primarina will also be able to learn the charged attack Sparkling Aria. A charge attack, kind of same as, so for trainer battles it's the same power, for gyms and raids it's 5 power less. Usually this means that it's going to be getting to its charged move faster if it's not hitting stronger. So this could be really good for PvP, or like really good for if you're trying to take down raids with fewer people, because when you're getting to that charge attack faster, you can get more of them off. So that's kind of exciting, actually. Really good for Primarina. So this will kind of make it a really interesting kind of PvP for the Master League side, since we have Pokemon like Azumarill in the Great League, and Tapu Fini. One of the Tapus is really good in Ultra League, who is a water and fairy type. This one will be in the Master League with its bulk and ability to kind of get up there, and CP wise, it's going to be really good actually. So that's very cool. And then of course, Community Day Special Research, event bonuses, bonus raids for the 4-star raids featuring Brion, the middle evolution. If you beat it, then Popplio will spawn around the gym, yada yada. Field research, Pokemon showcases, and stuff in the web store, including event bundles, stickers, yada yada. So beyond that, of course, Popplio Community Day, really cool. We also, of course, have Adventure Week coming at the beginning of the month. But if we go ahead and snap over to Twitter real quick, we do have the rest of the August content. So at the beginning of the month, we'll be getting Moltres in the raids, Thundurus in the middle, and then Xerneas at the end, which is interesting that they're featuring Xerneas. That's going to be the first time, I think, since GoFest last year, since Xerneas has been around. So that's kind of cool. In the Mega Raids, Mega Aerodactyl during Adventure Week, we're getting Mega Kangaskhan in the middle, and then Mega Salamence at the end, which is kind of interesting that we're getting a Fairy-type 5-star raid and then a Dragon-type Mega Raid. And then let's skip events right now. Look at raid hours. Moltres, Thundurus, Xerneas. So we're getting 2 Xerneas raid hours. Spotlight hours, we're looking at Drolber and then Lily. So these probably are both happening, yeah, in the middle of Adventure Week and then at the tail end of Adventure Week. Mankey, and then Magnemite, which is a Steel type. So we're getting a Fire Dragon Steel core at the end of the month, which is interesting to me. And then in the event section, let's go ahead and zoom in here. We're getting Adventure Week from August 2nd to August 12th. So it's kind of a longer Adventure Week, being 10 days and not just 7. We're getting the Adventure Week Takeover, which in our last video, I guess that it's probably going to be like a mixture of Team Rocket Takeover plus Adventure Week. So maybe Team Go Rocket having like fossil Pokemon or rock type Pokemon, or even some of the Pokemon that are featured during Adventure Week, such as Bunnelby and Drillbur, which would be really cool to have Shadow Excadrill and Shadow Diggersby for PvP, and Shadow Excadrill would be just a great ground type attacker. Shadow Raid Weekend, which probably will feature Shadow Suicune, but I've heard some chatter that maybe it might be something cooler like a Shadow Lugia or a Shadow Rayquaza. The next confirmed thing we have is Pokemon World Championships and Go Battle Week Shared Skies version. This Go Battle Week is usually also a really good week in Pokemon Go, featuring lots of good Pokemon, good for PvP Pokemon, and just kind of like, again, an all-around good time. So very excited about that. August 18th, we get Community Day Classic, which has not been shared. And then we're getting an event called Triumph Together, which is interesting. No extra news beyond that. And then August Community Day with Popplio. So if we go ahead and go back to our main page here, we get seasons. If we go ahead, slide over the seasons and kind of check out what have we gotten so far, what have we not gotten, and the fact that we're gonna be getting close to the end of Shared Skies, with the final event, the Triumph Together, ending on August 30th, and Shared Skies ending just a couple days later. We've gotten Ultra Beast, we've gotten Mega Rayquaza, Necrozma, very cool Pokemon. We've gotten like the Dawn Wings Necrozma and Dusk Mane Necrozma forms. Very cool stuff. But there's one thing that they haven't touched on that I really want to. And that's going to be, if we go ahead and go back to July, actually. I'm going to switch screens real quick to the happy 8th Advent anniversary to Pokemon Go. And usually when they give us these, like, this artwork here, it's usually like, oh yeah, this is cool, yada yada, but there's always something to break down. There's always some little hints at what's coming, what might be coming, what might be delayed. Because the last time we had this, we also had hints towards some things that eventually rolled through. So this time we're going to break it down once again, because I love doing this and doing the theory crafting and all that. So we have on one side versus the other, we have Pokemon from all sorts of different places, and we'll get to the one right in the middle, don't worry. So on the right side, we have Duskmane Necrozma, we have a Hisuian variant of a Pokemon, we have one of the Charcadet evolutions, we have Pokemon from Galar, we have Pokemon from Paldea, from Kento, of course we have Hisuian Pokemon. So a lot of different Pokemon, some Pokemon that we haven't seen before in Pokemon Go, such as, if we zoom in, Morpeko, the Pikachu of Galar. We have Pokemon that can Gigantamax, such as Gengar. We have a Galar starter in the back. We have a Paldea starter. We have the Paldean Pseudo-Legend. And then we also have this guy way in the back, one of the, like, really, like, main costume Pikas. We have a Pikachu in a science outfit. This will probably be like the Pikachu to hunt during the Go Championships. This is probably going to be like the featured Pokemon, which is going to be kind of cool to see. And then on the left side, again, we have Pokemon from all sorts of different regions. We have Phalanx, we have Delphox, we have Noivern, we have the other Charcadet evolution, we have a Scorbunny in the back, we have Masquerada's secondary form, I forget its right now. We have the evolved form of Squovet and Greedent. We have a Pokemon trainer in a Team Yell costume. We haven't had Team Yell in Pokemon Go before. So that's very interesting. So, and we have, of course, also a Annihilate, which is a ghost fighting type Pokemon, really cool. So they're all kind of squaring up in the middle, and we have just very interesting things happening because these are Pokemon. Some, haven't been introduced to Pokemon Go before, some have, but we have them from Galar, Paldea, and Hisui. Of course, we also have Pokemon that are then affected by those regions, such as Gengar, who can Gigantamax in Galar. And then right in the middle, we have a Wartortle being Dynamaxed. What does that mean for Pokemon Go? And what does that mean for this final event, Triumph Together? And what could that mean? Maybe we could be getting some new Pokemon, maybe something big, because we haven't had something big in Pokemon Go that actually has attracted people into the game for a while. Like GoFest does that every year, but that's GoFest. a new mechanic could be something that could actually really help Pokemon Go, especially with some of the other mechanics like routes and parties haven't necessarily done what Pokemon Go wanted them to do. So having a new raid system or new raids just in general with Dynamax could be really cool. And what Dynamax could mean for the rest of Pokemon Go, like Megas do their thing. We could have Gigantamax variants, kind of like Gigantamax Lapras, Gigantamax Machamp, Gigantamax Butterfree, etc., which could have their own kind of effects like Megas do. And then we could also just have regular Dynamax in there too. And if for every Dynamax adventure you complete, you get Dynamax energy and you can Dynamax any Pokemon for like, I don't know, just like double strength in raids for like an hour or something like that. Or like increased chance of like increasing their attack in PvP. Something really cool. We could see a lot of interesting things with Dynamax and what that's going to do for Pokemon Go. But very exciting because a lot of the other stuff in this has already happened or has already been introduced into Pokemon Go. A lot of these Pokemon are already here, but some brand new Pokemon, which is very, very cool. So it could also be something like just more Galar Pokemon coming to Pokemon Go, more Pokemon from Paldea, or even like more Hisuian takeover events, which would be kind of cool. Kind of like what we saw when Hisuian Pokemon were first kind of introduced, which would be really cool. Because like right now in Pokemon Go, it's just kind of vanilla, and like it could be very interesting to like go into your raids and have like a secondary option to see for Dynamax raids, which would then be kind of like how we would also see like Terra raid battles come to Pokemon Go eventually down the line, which would be really cool. And then like maybe along the routes you could have like distortion events happening where you could find like Hisuian Pokemon, which would be also very cool. But I'm excited for new things coming to Pokemon Go because new things equals new content. But also just, I love Pokemon Go. I want to see it succeed and I want to see it be exciting. And I'm very excited to go ahead and adventure during Adventure Week. Probably go somewhere brand new, maybe North Florida, maybe go back down to South Florida, maybe go to a different state, who knows? Now that I'm a little bit more north, other states are a little closer. But I'm excited, and if you're excited, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. And if you're enjoying the series, please subscribe. And as always, God bless, and see you for another episode of Pokemon Go.